know what the shortcut for marriage success. The shortcut, like the overnight fix to marriage, is stop looking for shortcuts.
Welcome back. Valentine's Day is a time to connect with your partner, but for some, romance is easier said than done. Fortunately, we have someone that can help. So joining us now is a woman who's never had a single fight with her husband in more than 30 years of marriage. That is unbelievable. Please welcome to the show, Master Board Certified Life Coach Hannah Keeley.
I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much.
What's up, Hannah? How are you? Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm so good.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, you are an expert on this big day for people, so tell us, what's the biggest mistake everyone makes on Valentine's Day?
I'll tell you, I think the biggest mistake is when we put all our eggs in one basket and we look at Valentine's Day as like a fix-all. And so we spend a lot of money, like that stat that you just had up there. Men spend 2 times more than women do on Valentine's Day. I think that shows that we're trying to do a little bit like not just enjoy each other, but could there be like this celebration where we're trying to make it something that we fantasize about. And then what happens the next day is life. We get back to our same old patterns, the same old, attitude, the same old perception we have around each other. And we don't understand that Valentine's Day can just be a celebration of what we're doing all year long.
Okay, so many of us feel like we need to go all out today, and it's really overwhelming, like getting the firewood in the fireplace.
Enough with the firewood.
Okay? It's heavy. What's the minimum someone should do? The minimum.
Firewood.
Yeah, I think it's me.
Yeah, the minimum
Shelter.
firewood. Let's think about this. Well, I don't like to apply a should because I think when we start applying shoulds to a relationship, what we can do is like should all over the relationship, and that doesn't help anyone.
Nice.
But
I like
think
that.
one really cool thing that you could do, and I think this is probably a way to, instead of spending money on Valentine's Day, invest money on Valentine's Day and buy a notebook, buy a pen, take it to your date, and maybe ask some questions like, what would be a better way that I can love you going into this next year? How can I show up for you better? Like really asking those, taking responsibility for yourself in the relationship and asking your partner to give some insight on that, not to be like you're doing something wrong, but how can I do something better?
First of all, that's really sexy. I know the guys probably don't think that, but if Mark, my husband, came up to me, took me out to dinner and had a little notepad, it was like, how can I love you better? That would be my aphrodisiac right
I'd be
there.
like, are you drunk? You brought a pen and paper to dinner? What's happening?
No, that's an aphrodisiac, so thank you for that.
All right.
Well, speaking of aphrodisiacs and getting in the mood, let's talk about sex and intimacy. You say that we need to normalize it. How do we do that?
Well, normalizing intimacy means I'm integrating it into my life. Now, one thing, my husband and I have 7 kids, so we have no problem with intimacy. I will tell you, like, part of that is making it intentional. A lot of times we're like, all right, this is where we're intimate, and this is where we live our life. But what if we lived our life with intimacy in the forefront? So every time you're in a room, you're like, you're acknowledging the person. Maybe you touch the person, maybe a gentle kiss, a hug, like something where you are always saying with your energy, you matter to me, I'm attracted to you, I love you.
I love doing that in front of the kids too.
Yes,
That
modeling.
always melts my heart when I see parents modeling that in front of their children.
Yeah, and look how happy she looks. Like you're glowing, so you're doing something right. Hannah, thank you for joining us today. DBL Nation, learn more about everything Hannah is working on at hannahkeeley.com. Thank you again. Happy Valentine's Day.